At a small church in Glendale, Arizona, a decision was made in September 2008 that would reach a single family living halfway across the world. Faith Bible Church, which prides itself on being missions-oriented, teamed up with Lutheran Social Services of the Southwest to help resettle the Rajals, a Bhutanese refugee family living in a camp in Nepal. The duty fell specifically to one small cluster of people, a Bible study group at the church known as a life group.
Who are you? Who are you grounded in? Or whatever.
When they first came to the United States, they didn't have a place, and our government set up an apartment for them, but they had nothing in the apartment. So pretty much the first thing we did was we furnished their apartment for them.
Members of the life group met the Rajal family at the airport when they first set foot in America. They spent the following months helping them become acclimated to their new home.
For the first 6 months, the whole life group basically settled them in their apartment.
You know, we help them get doctor's appointments and help them get bus tickets and things of that nature.
One Saturday, shortly after the Rajals' arrival, the families in the group went to their apartment to pay them a visit. Their goal was to show them American hospitality, but they received an unexpected gift in return, a traditional Bhutanese meal.
They serve you so much food because they feel like they're honoring you in that matter, and they have different food than us.
That same day, the life group families took the Rajal children to a park across the street from their apartment. They played games, rode bicycles and scooters, and spent time getting to know the family. Even though the Rajals spoke very little English, this interaction at the most basic level broke through the language barriers.
They were like any other kid, really. They didn't really know, they like soccer a lot, and they don't really know how to do other things, but obviously they know how to ride bikes and stuff like that, so we just did that with them.
Now, 2 years later, the Rajals have adapted to life in the United States. The younger children attend public school. Yadu, the oldest, has a car and a job. As time goes on, the life group has had to let go of the family they fostered.
We probably were a little slower in stepping back because we were pretty involved for probably at least a year, but I would say in the last year we've started to step back a little bit.
Tim Thal, perhaps the most active member of the group in the Rajals' resettlement, still visits the family from time to time.
I wonder how many people have left.
Maybe more than 60,000. Wow. Yeah.
Even though the life group is no longer actively involved with the Rajals' resettlement, members of the group still take the time to reconnect with the family.
Myself and another member took them out to look at Christmas lights at Christmas time, and so things of that nature. We'll call them and invite them to do. Another group member took them to the Grand Canyon, and as a family, and but we aren't involved in their daily activities like we at one time were. So now it's just more or less once a month, maybe somebody in the group sees them, invites them to something.